Hi, this is Grant Johnson, and we're here at Inspire 2017 in wonderful Nashville, Tennessee. And with me today, my guest is Brian Solis. He's a principal analyst at Altimeter Group, and he's also a digital anthropologist and a futurist. And he's going to join me today. We're going to talk about the future of digital transformation, customer experience, and technology. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Grant. It's a pleasure.
You know, in my role as CMO at Kofax, I get the opportunity to connect directly with customers. That's my favorite part. Sitting in meetings is not, and that's probably understandable. And one of the major challenges I find, Brian, for organizations in digital transformation is, where do they start? They need a plan to create the organizational readiness for change. And so I'd love to talk to you today about where digital transformation is heading and what organizations can do about it.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I mean, just one of the interesting things about that in terms of digital transformation is, I don't know where it starts, to be honest with you, or I don't know that there is a designated place for it to start or a designated thing to do. In my research, I found that digital transformation is often something that starts in any pocket of the organization. It can start from anywhere for any reason. Most often I had found that CMOs were kicking off a lot of very interesting digital transformation projects as a way of trying to get in front of the digital customer. And in learning that the digital customer was so different than the traditional customer, they had to make a lot of investments in new technologies, but also supporting processes and systems and policies to try to implement new things that were so different. At the same time, I've seen IT and the CIO lead a lot of digital transformation initiatives as a way of just shifting infrastructure to the cloud and mobile, et cetera. But I've also seen some of the most obscure places for digital transformation in that human resources, for example, and having challenges in attracting millennial talent and going through the whole employee prospect journey, realizing, wow, our forms and surveys don't even load on mobile phones. We have to rethink this whole thing. But I don't know, what do you see most often?
Yeah, I think actually that's great. I see it does happen a lot of times. It'll be sort of a mandate, we need to do something about it, but the organization or the function that actually starts to do something about it, it depends. At Kofax, we felt that to get closer to the customer, we needed to follow that journey from each step, and we had to cross-functionally align to who touches the customer when. Instead of just handing it off and saying good luck, we need to see what happens. And so that that helped us. We all get a lot of information. I look at research as you do, Brian, and digital transformation it's in the vernacular. But what's the key catalyst to getting organizations to do something?
It comes back to your last question as well, is what do you do? And I think that the most successful digital transformation implementations I've seen have been when digital transformation has a purpose. What are we trying to do and why? Whether it's trying to get in front of the digital customer or the employee, that has to have a reason, right? People have to have something within the organization to rally behind. Otherwise, it just becomes a technology story. And I think what I've seen historically with organizational investment in new technology, because there's always new technology, is that we lean on it a little bit too much. In fact, the last 30, 40 years with technology inside of the organization, we've gotten further and further away from the customer. And so that, I think, with digital transformation, we have an opportunity to use technology as a way to become more human again, to get in front of the customer in very interesting and compelling and engaging in personal ways. So I think as long as digital transformation has that purpose, and I've seen that purpose most often around customer experience, simply because you either are getting the customer or you're not getting the customer, and these are really disruptive times. But at the same time, to your point around cross-functional engagement, this is a point of criticality that I want to emphasize, and that is, you can't hand off any aspect of the customer experience anymore because they're too connected, they're too sophisticated, they're too informed, and they have a different set of expectations. So from a cross-functional standpoint, you have an opportunity to actually reimagine the infrastructure of how a business operates. And I think that's what I'm so excited about, is that digital transformation might start as one thing, but end up changing the entire business as a result.